श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तः पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि, सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Hari Om, Namaskar everyone. So, Atma Jnana, Sakshatkar, Moksha, realization, these are all synonyms. And that is attained by what? Knowledge or action? Only knowledge or knowledge plus action? Huh? Plus action. You didn't listen to my yesterday's talk at all. Atma Jnana? Remember praptasya prapti, apraptasya prapti. So Atma Jnana falls into what category? Praptasya prapti or apraptasya prapti? Praptasya prapti, only knowledge or knowledge plus action? Only. That important word is what? Only, 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 only. Emphasize again, 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 again. Think about it. What? No action required. Only knowledge. For apraptasya prapti, that which is away from us in time, place and status, then action and knowledge both are required. ये है ना अंदर, जब तक ये नहीं जाएगा ना, it will not help you. Okay? What? Knowledge alone. ज्ञान मात्र से प्राप्ति होती, मात्र. That is why people feel very this. You say, I know now what to do. Have you heard this or not? I know now. But do you know? You have only understood but not accepted. You remember this? When you say I know, that knowing is in terms of what? That is why I always say Vedanta is very easy to understand, very, 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 very difficult to accept. What? What? Vedanta is what? So therefore we feel what? Because we have understood, we feel what? Khel khatam. I have understood. I know. So when you understand also, what do you say? I know. When you accept also, what do you say? I know. But is there a difference in this statement? I know, I know. Yes or no? This is what you have to understand. Try to find out. When you understood, you said, do you know you are Brahman? Yes, I know I am Brahman. I am the infinite truth. Do you know? Yes. And when you have accepted also, what will you say? I know I am infinite truth, right? When you have understood also, what will you say? I know I am the infinite truth. Now, who will know the difference between the two? You only, you will know. Got this thing? So when you tell everyone, na, I know I am infinite truth, everyone will say, अरे तो साक्षात्कार हो गया उसको है ना देखो this person is what realize why because I know and this conviction na is so strong because you have heard so many times, you have been taught so many times. So if someone asks you, you will actually say, yes, I know. This is very clearly understood. What? Because you have heard so many times, because you have understood it so well, because your understanding is very deep and strong, what will you say? What will you say? I know. But only thing is, have you actually accepted? This difference between that is not understood by most of us. So we consider the understanding as what? Realization. Are you with me? That is him. So we talked yesterday about Shravanam. Right? Then we talked yesterday about Mananam. We understood what is Mananam. Right? That is also very, very important. I gave you a couple of examples also to make you understand how to do the Mananam. That process must start. Taking one thing, so I'll keep on doing in these things. I'll take things and how independently you have to think. How? Without any of the external this, the knowledge is here, the experience is there. You have to churn it and come. If you come to the conclusion of what you understand is the right thing, then something is wrong with the Mananam. Have you understood? That is why Bhagwan Shankaracharya in Sadhana Panchakam clearly says, Shrutimatas tarkonu sandhiyatam. What? टेकिंग द श्रुति, टेकिंग व्हाट यू हैव हर्ड, श्रवण जो किया हुआ ज्ञान है वो उसके आधार पर मनन करना है. लेकिन होता क्या है कि वी से हाँ हाँ आई अंडरस्टैंड मीन्स वी ओनली यू से yes to what is heard in the this rather than saying I know what is. There's a difference which is inside you. So I don't know how to explain it outside. You understand? But you have to get this point. What? Whatever is got by the Shrutis, by this, that has to become your own accepted knowledge. Okay? And this Aham Brahmasmi can come a little later. There are other aspects of Vedanta also, because otherwise what will happen? The questions will remain regarding those things. Now, for example, now one question that is asked, a very valid question that is asked over here is that if Vedanta is saying, and you are infinite truth, and that is the only truth, why are there different philosophies? This is a question asked. Why are there so many different philosophies? Because if that is the truth, why? I'm telling you, in your progress, spiritual progress, I am infinite truth, that is one knowledge. But as you spiritually progress, as your thoughts mature, you will go through various stages of different philosophies. If you are asked, what is your relation with God? Some of you will come to the conclusion of what Vishishta Advaita people say. Their philosophy. You are a Vedanti, but your understanding of what? Your relation with God. He is the whole, I am the part. Now this relation is spoken in with respect to what? A particular philosophy. Bheda, bheda. I am one with him, yet different from him. Now this is what? This is a philosophy of one of the great acharyas. Are you understanding what I am speaking? So that is one explanation for that. And another very, very important thing is ekam sat vipra bahudha vadanti. There is only one truth, but it is spoken of in various ways. See, depending on who is in front of me, how will I describe something? How will I explain something? Or what will I emphasize for someone? मेरे सामने जो अधिकारी है उसके अनुसार मैं बात करूंगी. Will I not talk in accordance with that? So therefore, at one stage of life, I will say, yes. What? Your only truth is you and God, nothing else. Is it true or not? Will I say that or not? Yes, I have to, because the person sitting in front of me. What is your relation with God? God has been with you for life after life after life. He has always been there, in you, with you. I will say all these things. Why? Because that is what is. Sometimes our philosophy sounds like Buddhistic philosophy, where you are saying what? Nothing. You are not this, you are not this, you are not this. So what do you come to? Shunya. You are that Shunya. So it sounds like that. So at one stage, you yourself will go through that, where you will say, yes, I am that Shunya, which is there when nothing else exists. You get the point? So when you are saying that, what philosophy are you actually saying? That philosophy of Buddhist. Now, so Shravanam and Mananam. Okay, we talked about Mananam also. Mananam is not Ratanam. What? Ratanam means what? Repetition again and again. So you don't have to do the what? The repetition. I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. That's not a repetition. It's not a mantra for repetition. Every day morning, 108 times I am saying what? Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. Soham, 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 108 times. I don't miss that. That's not the... Are you understanding? It is not for others. Now, I will tell you my favorite story and then proceed with what... Yesterday, we said the introduction of what? Our Manisha Panchakam. Those who have heard me know this story very well. There was a man called Mr. Amthabhai. See, everyone already started smiling. Now you stop thinking is what I don't want you to do. Because you have heard this so many times, so you won't think. I don't want that to happen. There was a person called Mr. Amthabhai. So he all of a sudden thought I was a rat. I am a rat, not this. See, each word is important. Will you please think about these words? What? What did I say? Not that. Suddenly he started thinking. When did it begin? Just like that it started. Why did he start thinking like that? Are you some fancy something? No, focus on this part, huh? What? What part? That he started thinking he's a rat. He started thinking he's a rat. Now, he started thinking he's a rat, he started behaving like a rat. If I think I'm a rat, I'll behave like a rat. So what did he start doing? Nibbling on bread, getting up in the middle of the night and going on the corners of the house. That's what rats do. Nibbling on things. Now, the wife is in trouble. Our guy is so convinced he's a rat, he is not a problem. He doesn't have any problem because he says, I'm a rat, so I'll behave like a rat. You know, so many of us behave like so many other different things also, you know that. For the person who behaves like that, that's not a problem. Others only have a problem with that. है कि नहीं? Problem किसको होता है? दूसरे को होता है. Now our dear, the wife said, let us go to a psychiatrist. You think he will agree with that? Nothing is wrong with me. something is wrong with you. People who have psychological problems, whom do they think is wrong? Other people only. They never think they are wrong. They think others are only wrong. So then somehow or the other, she managed to take him to the psychologist. And then the psychologist said, Are Rama, how can you be a rat? Then says, no, you are not a rat, you are Mr. Amthabai. Then showed a photo also. Rat looks like that, you look like that. Okay. Then rat's wife looks like that, your wife looks like that. Rat's baby looks like that, your baby. Rat has a tail, you don't have a tail. So distinction was done. What was done? कि वो क्या कहते हैं, वो ऐसे होता है, वो रैट को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? चूहा. तो चूहा ऐसा होता है और आप ऐसे हैं, तो अलग किया. क्या किया? अलग किया. चूहा ऐसा होता है, आप ऐसे हैं. चूहा ऐसा होता है, ये ऐसा है, ये ऐसा है. उसका जीवन ऐसा होता है, आपका जीवन ऐसा है. उसका खाना ऐसा होता है, आपका खाना ऐसा होता है. एवरीथिंग देयर. एंड ही वाज इंटेलिजेंट. Yeah, true. Yes. Then, what happened? But one day, you say but, all that started then. Then, in one day, did the solution come? No. Then what happened? So many days he had to give so many different explanations, and because you had purva sanskaras, so you think you are a rat. Otherwise you could have thought of yourself as a snake also, but you don't think of yourself as a snake because of this something. That is why you say you're a rat, etc. So many different things, because he said, why do I think of myself as a rat and not a snake? So some explanation has to be given or not? Bolo. So counselor will say, no, because of this, something in your past, you were this and all, that is why you had that attraction for rat, and that is why you feel you are a rat, and etc. See, the whole story is important. I want you all to think. Then what happened to this guy? At one point of time, he said, yes, I know I am a what? Amtha Bhai, and I'm definitely not a rat. How can I ever be a rat? Why did I ever think of myself as a rat? I am not a rat. I am Amtha Bhai. I accept it. Not only do I understand it, what? I accept. I know. First also he said, I know, but now he says what? I know. So, psychologist happy, patient happy. Now no more patient, because now he's what? Amtha Bhai. So what did he do? Both of them parted happily. And the guy went out. Then the other side of the road, he saw a cat. What happened? He came running back and said, I know I am what? Amtha Bhai. But does the cat on the other side know I am not a rat? Got this point? What will the doctor say? Let's start. Not again. Now he knows. So what we say? No. Each time that thought comes, what should you say? No. You already know. You have accepted that you are what? So what do you have to do? Strengthen this knowledge. What knowledge? I am Amtha Bhai. So the other knowledge comes. When you see the cat, immediately what do you have to say? No, I am Amtha Bhai. That conviction that you have already got, there will be triggers in the world. The world itself is a trigger. For what? You to think that you are a what? Cat. A rat. But what do you have to do? Each time that trigger comes, you say, no, I am. So your view, strengthen this. When you go there also, it will be there. Then each time, you have to strengthen it. Have you got this? Now, this example I love because it explains the whole process of Shravana Manan Nididhyasanam. You understand? So first he came, how he came? I am a rat. Complete conviction or not? Bolo. Complete conviction. And he thought everyone else was nonsense they are talking. So initially when we come to Vedanta, what is our conviction? I am this body, I am this, I am Mr., I am this. This is our total, absolute, complete conviction. कि मैं ये ही हूँ. ये जीव जीव शब्द also we don't know. Is it true or not? Jeev and all you come to know later. You are 100% sure what you are? This person. I am born, this is my mother, this is my father, this is my uncle, this is my aunt, this is this. This is this. You come with that conviction. Then Vedanta says, no. Please think. What? Thoda vichar karo. Now this, you have to ask this question. How did you start thinking? When did you start thinking? What? That you are? When did you start thinking that I am the body? How did it come about? I want you all to think. I'm not going to give you answers. Because if I give you answers, what happens? You'll stop thinking. When did it happen? How did it happen? Why did it happen? And don't give me any hard answer. Immediately some teacher said this and you'll put. Don't do that. You find out. Okay, please remember. Hard answers will not this. You came to that question. Wow, how did this happen? These are all points of mananam. So now what happened? The teacher, that psychologist, the teacher started saying, no, you are not this, please think. No, Atma is like that, Anatma is like that, this is like that is like that. They do what is called Vivek. What do they do? Vivek. They separate the two. So, rat is separated from the man. Now, remember that Amthabhai is one. Where did he think he was a rat? Somewhere else or here itself? Now, this is the interesting part. Huh? See, these are all points you have to think. Where is he thinking he's a rat? This. Huh? So, when you're separating the rat, where are you separating the rat from the Amthabhai? You're separating rat is like that, Amthabhai like that? When the teacher, the psychologist is separating the rat from Amthabhai, where is he separating it? Where? Like that, there's a rat here, there's this like that? No, he has to see here. When Amthabhai is looking, he's saying, okay, I'm not the rat. Why? Because I don't see the rat here. The rat body is not here. I'm seeing this body. I don't see that body. You're understanding? So where is he seeing it? He may be shown a photo, but where is he seeing it? He's seeing here. Okay, I'm not the rat. I'm not the... my name is not rat. You're understanding the whole thing? So the whole process is happening where? Here or here for Amthabhai. So when Shravanam is happening, where should the Shravana happen? What do we do Shravanam? Shravan means not the here thing. I'm saying when the teacher is saying you're not the body or something, where should it happen? Where should it happen? Here. I'm not the body means this. But what do we, normally when we do Shravan, what do we say? There's a body, there's this, I'm not that body. Yes or no? Bolo. We don't think, when the teacher is saying also, we are understanding also, we are not at that time saying, yes, I'm not this body. Are you with me? We say yes, intellectually say yes, I'm not the body. Yes, I understood. Body is like that, this is like that, so I'm not the body. Not saying, body is like that, this is like that, so I'm not the body. Did you get this point? Bolo. Am I right in what I'm saying? When you are understanding also, you are understanding where? Outside. Like as though said, this is a rat, this is Amthabhai, I'm not this one. When the teacher says I'm not the body, what should you feel? Yes, I'm not the body. Until unless you'll get this part, otherwise we will still be in the what? We'll keep 100 more Upanishads we will listen. 100 more, this we will do. Yes. So, what will happen now? So, he goes through this process. Who? Amthabhai. That rat. No, this. So he keeps seeing what? Whenever the teacher is pointing out, the psychologist is pointing, is not a rat. What is he seeing? Yes, I'm not the rat. Yes, I'm not the rat. Yes, I'm not the rat. Got the point? Where is he seeing I'm not the rat? Here. Yes. Yeah, no, I'm this. No, I'm not this. Yes, I'm this. I'm not that. Yes, I'm this. Then what happens? One day he not only understands it, he says, yes. Got it? Initially it will be with doubt. But I am feeling like that, but I am feeling that, but no like that, no this like that. So many things will be there. And slowly a time comes when he actually looks and he says, yes. There is no doubt that I am Amtha Bhai. I am this and this alone. Now what happens when he goes out? He has been living as Amtha Bhai and getting scared of cats for such a long time. That what happens? The minute he sees the cat, what happens? What happens? What comes in the forefront? I am a rat or I am Amtha Bhai? A rat comes up. It comes. But now you are seeing the difference. The first day when he came to the doctor and the doctor said, no, you are a what? Amtha Bhai. That day when he went out, he was like, okay, fine. His getting scared and all was very normal and everything, right? But after accepting that I am Amtha Bhai, then his reaction to the cat is what he said, Arey, why am I still thinking I'm cat? So then the teacher is saying, not that now you have accepted that you are Amtha Bhai. You need to strengthen that knowledge. What do you have to do? This process of strengthening that knowledge is called Nididhyasana. So now you know what is Shravanam. Understanding to acceptance process is called Shravanam. Then, understanding is called Shravanam. From understanding to accepting this process is called what? Mananam. Doubtless acceptance. Initially it is with doubt. Doubtless acceptance is called what? Mananam. तात्पर्य निर्णय करना क्या है? श्रवण. उसके बाद में मैं वह हूँ, वो निश्चय हो जाना वो क्या है? संशय रहित ये ज्ञान होना वो क्या है? मनन का फल है. फिर यही मैं ब्रह्म हूँ, ये भाव दृढ़ निष्ठा प्राप्त करे, वो काम निदिध्यासन का है. Okay? So some says acharyas also will differ. Even in the Advaita tradition, some acharyas differ. Some of them say that what? That Jivan Mukti happens only when there is nishtha. Some say no, Jivan Mukti happens after you have got this knowledge, I am Brahman. You are getting the point. So there's a difference. It's okay. You do the whole thing, na, full stop. You don't worry which acharya said what and why and all that. That's not our concern. Our concern is to get what? Bolo, realization. Is it okay? Because many times no, we get into this, but this one said that you don't worry, na. Someone told me, this is quite a long time back, years and years back, before I had even joined the course, but I had studied a little bit of Vedanta. I had gone to some mission acharya only, and I was reading. They said, your moksha. Now, this funny thing is, your moksha, meaning your concept of moksha, is very different from ours. Our moksha is beyond your moksha. This is what they told me. कि हमारा जो मोक्ष है ना, वो आपका जो मोक्ष आप लोग बोलते हैं ना, वो मोक्ष से क्या है? उससे आगे है. It's आगे. So I said, okay, fine. But you will first have to get my moksha, na, to go to your moksha. Isn't it? You are saying no, you have to, what we say moksha is ahead of this. I'm not telling you who said which philosophy, I'm not going to, is interested. I'm saying this is what they said. Your moksha is good, but ours is ahead of you. So I said, can you get your moksha without our moksha? He says, no. So I said, first get our moksha, and then we both will meet and talk. Okay, simple. Why should I keep arguing with anyone about what is, or why I should try to find out what their moksha is? I know what moksha is. Got it? So now you know what happened to Shankaracharya. When he was going in the gully, what happened to Shankaracharya? That he was born in a place like Kerala. Our childhood samskars, our sanskars of our environment, of our inherent, whatever we have brought, are very strong. So, for a second, see, many people like to say, no, Shankaracharya was Bhagwan's avatar. He got all this thing. He said, gacha, gacha, only so that he could write this whole, what? This wonderful story and all. If you want to believe that also, no problem. I have no problem. See, my love and reverence for Shankaracharya ji will never reduce even a little iota if I consider that for a second he thought he was a Brahmana. He is what he is, full stop. Why should I feel, that, oh, no, he should never, it's just for the sake of our people that he brought this thing and all. Okay, fine. If you have, that's your belief also, I have no problem with that. Because some people get sentimental about it. How can Shankaracharya ever have felt like that? He, for a second also, he will not go away from his own this. No problem. No problem at all. So what happened? He said what? Kacha, kacha. Go away. Hato. Hato. Now, in front of him was who? Bhagwan Shiva. Now, some people say, why do you say it was Bhagwan Shiva? It's nowhere it is said Bhagwan Shiva. No, Shankaram it is said also. It is said, some slokas are given like that as Shankara. Okay, fine. Supposing you say it was not Shiva, and it was a Chandala. In our country, do not roadside ordinary people also have Vedanta knowledge? Please tell me. Yes. They have or not? हमारे देश में और वो भी इतने समय पहले तो वो वेदांत ज्ञान ये सब ज्ञान तो काफ़ी प्रचलित था लोग जाते थे हमारे गांव में गुरु लोग होते हैं तो कितने लोग जाते हैं कि नहीं ये गुरुओं को मिलने को आई एम नॉट जोकिंग आई वेंट टू अ विलेज इन गुजरात एंड आई वाज गिविंग माय लेक्चर्स दिस इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग दैट हैपेंड So I was giving morning talk on Ishavasya Upanishad, evening talk, I said small village and all that, what this, all funny ideas you have, about this. So I said, okay, evening talk will be on 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So more stories I can tell, Vibhuti Yoga. After 2 days, some people of the village, they used to come and sit with me and all. One of this person said, Swamiji, हम आपको कुछ बताएं? मैंने बोलो. He says, look, if a person is used to eating 3 times and if you give him food 2 times, what will he feel? I said, he'll miss eating the 3rd time. He says, this is what you are doing. We are used to having satsang 3 times and you are only giving us 2 times satsang. Can you imagine? I loved that answer so much. I said, I'm going to take another class. So afternoon again I started taking. I just took Bhajagovindam for them. In that village, I would start the Gita shloka. Sometimes I quote, the audience will finish it. I'll start an Upanishad shloka, the audience will finish it. Mantra. Can you imagine that this is a village? Why? They have heard and this knowledge is gone. Now these are ordinary people. Not some big educated and all. So many of them couldn't even read and write, but this knowledge was so deeply rooted in them. Are you with me? So it is possible that someone came in front of him and said, okay, fine, I'm going to ask you a question. So who asked the question? You say either Bhagwan Shankar asked the question or Chandala asked the question. It doesn't matter who asked. Someone asked Shankaracharya. You're saying gacha gacha, na? So I am asking you a question. What is the question I'm asking you? Annamayat. Annamayam. Please repeat after me. Athava chaitanyameva chaitanyat. Dvijavara. Duri kartum vanchasi. Kim bruhi gacha gacheti. He says, Kim bruhi. Why did you say gacha gacha? How come you said gacha gacha? I am confused. Now see, by the question of Bhagwan, Avatar Chandala, Shankar Bhagwan, he is actually giving an answer. What is he saying? I am confused about your words gacha gacha. Why? He says, and I am saying that because you are a great soul. Dvijavara. You are a great Brahmin. Again he used what? Not Brahmin. Dvija means Brahmin. Dvijavara means great Brahmin you are. You're making him think, because he also talked as a Brahmin, na? So he's saying, oh, great Brahmin, Dvijavara. Duri kartum vanchasi, you are trying to say, gacha means you separate, hato, hato. So what two things, no, when you say hato, you want to separate something, there has to be two things, na? You separate, na? You rice and dal. So you are separating. Or when you are doing the rice, this na, you some many kankan or stone is there, you separate them. So you two things are there, you separate them. So you want to separate. So I am confused. What do you want to separate from what? Annamayat. Annamayam? You want to separate one Annamaya from another Annamayam? Athava Chaitanya meva Chaitanyat. Or you want to separate Chaitanya from Chaitanya. You can imagine the state of Shankaracharya at that time. An ordinary man or Bhagwan Shankara is saying what? What do you want to separate? Oh, great Brahmin, tell me. What do you want to separate? Annamaya from Annamaya or Chaitanya? Now, let's think. What is Annamaya? For those who have already heard Vedanta enough, Annamaya means what? The body. This body is called Annamaya Kosha. Why? Because Annamaya, it is the vikara, it is the modification of food. How did you become this size? All from childhood, from the day you were born, you ate, and ate. Is it true or not? You were this much when you came out. Now you're this much. How? If you don't eat, what will happen? Kuchu, 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 kuchu. Isn't it true? So, no, you won't go this much, but you will. You became this size only by eating or not? So this body is what? Annamaya. It is called also Annamaya Kosha. Yes. Because it is a vikar. Maya means vikar. Modification of food. Thank God the roti doesn't has roti over here. Otherwise it will look really funny. What happens? The food modifies and becomes what? All the blood, skin, this, that, everything. But remember, because it is Maya, it is modification. Even when you think it is like that, it is changing. It is modifying continuously. Is it a fact or not? Even now as you are sitting here, this modification continues. It's not that the food you ate only became the blood and all that and then it became like that stable. No. Because it is Annamaya, even when this also, it is changing. Even as it cells and all, they are dying right now. They are modifying. Is it true or not? Because sometimes we think, oh, food change, became body. Now it is like a steady thing. It is not steady now also. That is why, when they do some exercise or weight, then weight goes less and before, after. Don't they show that? Before I came to this camp, I was this. No. After 2 grams got less. Very good. 2 grams. People who really want to reduce and all, for them 2 grams is, ayya, kya baat hai, reduced. 5 times a day they'll stand on that weighing machine. And then they will stand on the weighing machine with as little clothes as possible so that, they think that weight also should not come. And they feel, very happy, I became. Or is it true or not? No one looks as though they've done something like that, no? Okay, not bothered about your weight. That's different. Okay, now, so, Annamayat, this thing is even now changing. It's not that the food only became the body. Even this body, because it is Maya and Annamaya, it is still and is it not food for other people, other beings, other virus, bacteria, God knows what all things? And when we perish, this becomes complete food for everyone else. Isn't it true? So it is Annamaya. Right? This is Annamaya and this is saying, what are you trying to separate? One body from another body? Then what is the difference? This is also what? Roti sabji dal chawal. This is also what? Roti sabji dal chawal. Right? Same food, na? No. I eat sambar. Okay, fine. It's a little masala. You're understanding. So, are you trying to separate roti from roti, dal chawal from dal chawal? What are you trying to separate? And why do you think one roti the sabji dal chawal modification is superior to another roti sabji dal chawal, sir? You get this? That is why they say, even if you this this one has got blue blood. Blue blood means what? Royalty is called blue blood, na? But you poke them, what color blood will come out? It'll be another color or what? Bolo. Blue only, na? No, and we are very this. No, my body. I have 6-pack. They have the 6-packs. Some people have 8-packs also. I don't know. There's an 8-pack. I think so. 8-pack, 6-pack. Okay, fine. That person gets COVID. And what happens to all those packs? They unpack. Gaya. कितने 6-packs वाले गए कि नहीं गए? बोलो भाई. गए. Or you get malaria, shiver. Good old days, no, this malaria was so common. Not good old days, now also. Chikungunya, this, that and all that. What happens to that big this? All that goes, na? Isn't it true? So that superiority and inferiority, what body are you considering superior? You are saying hato, what do you want to separate? Which body from which body? And the other thing is also, see, we are all part of the totality, the whole Annamaya world, the whole gross world that is there. Can you separate yourself apart from the totality? One is one body from another body. From the total Annamaya, can the part be separated and thought of as different from this? No. The whole Annamaya world, and you are part of that Annamaya. So where will you put yourself? Separate. How do you separate? See, he is not making you think in this gross and this. He is making you think in a subtle way. Right? This whole thing. Annamaya. See, this words itself takes you at a different plane. Normally, what do we say? I am superior, this one is inferior, I am this. All these distinctions are there, na. Hum to Brahman hai. We always have. I'm telling you, these things are so deeply rooted. Yes or no? Yes. In India, this right now also it is deeply rooted. Then you can imagine the time of Shankaracharya, how deeply rooted it was. Now it has become a little less. No one immediately comes and asks, who are you? Until they want to get married and all, then they'll say, aapka jati kya hai, pati kya hai? Ye sab puchte hain ki nahi? Only when this is there. Otherwise, no one just generally asks. You don't go first and say, hi, how are you? Oh, you are a Brahmin? No one does that now. If they do that, then there's a problem. I hope you don't do that. First meeting, what is your name? The next is what? What is your? You don't do that. I hope not. Okay, by the way, when the class is going on, no, don't read the commentary and all that. That's for you all to this. This precious time over here, you should not sit to read commentary and all of that. That is the time when you do it in your rooms. Every time I have to say these things. so Annamayat, what? What do you want to separate? Why do you think one is worth separate, meaning one is superior, one is inferior? Why do you think that body of one is superior to the other? I am telling you, in we are Mahaprabhu, how many distinctions just on the basis of the body do we make? One is the color of the skin. That little bit of that upper skin, little, is it true or not? Just take out one little and everything will be the same, right? But that upper little part, what, epidermis or dermis? Epi. The upper one is called what? Dermis. And the lower is epidermis. I don't know which one. One of them is epidermis, one is. So, that little bit, but by you. And then the marriage ads also. Fair. In our country, fair and lovely. What fair and what lovely? Kuch bhi. Are you getting the point? This concept, this whole notion based on that. Fair and lovely. Just little bit of this. Annamaya. One particular shape, beautiful. Other shape, ugly. Isn't it true? All based on what? How much distinction based on this body? Just on the body. होता है कि नहीं बोलो भाई? I am from Kerala. So that means it's something. I am from Gujarat. Are you understanding? Please say. How many such notions you discover in your own self? Okay, today that is your manana. What? What all notions I have about distinction based on the body. Because we will listen, Annamaya, oh, he's very good, very nice. But we don't understand, these are all in us. We don't have to worry about what Shankaracharya ji told Annamaya. You understand? What are we supposed to do? Then that is Mananam. What are we supposed to do? What all prejudices do I have based on the body? हम में होता है कि नहीं होता है? बोलिए जी, होता है. Discover all those things inside you. Then understand, okay, all these are based on the body. All these distinctions are actually based only on the body. And find out the validity of it. See, I will always feel superior till I meet someone who is more superior to me. Is it true or not? So a person who feels superior will definitely also feel inferior. Remember that. Why? See, if I don't feel superior or inferior, then anyone I meet, I will not have a problem. If I feel inferior, I definitely will also feel superior. Have you understood this relative superior-inferiority thing? Bolo. If I feel inferior, then 100% I will, if I meet someone who is, so to speak, in my mind, inferior to me, I will feel what? I am very intelligent. Khattam. You meet someone who is very intelligent, I am no. You got it? So, superiority, when you start thinking that, it's all actually very funny. You know, Guruji used to say one story, very interesting. We all go in the bus and the trains and all that, na? So naturally this movement, na, bus movement and all, na, is like it makes you very sleepy. All journeys, I don't know, I sleep immediately. Gada, 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 gada. You go to sleep. Na? Some people manage to keep awake, but I can't. The minute the car movement or train movement or the what? Bus movement is there, then what happens? You feel sleepy. So, then night time, na, supposing you don't have that sleeper coach or something, and two people are sitting, in the third class compartment and all that, there's no this. So you're sleeping. Then what will you do? How will you can't sleep like that. How will you sleep? So this Brahman was sitting there, and then there's a Muslim guy or someone sitting there. So immediately in the daytime, as much away from that other person as possible. Then at night what happened? Kata, kata, kata. This one is on his lap. And he got up on, He said, what you are doing like that? Whole night you were on my lap. Why? What? Duri kartum vanchasi. Are you getting it? How much we are doing all this type of thing. Annamayat, Annamayam. Athava Chaitanyameva Chaitanyat. Now, these distinctions, it is important to do distinction. Viveka is a very, very important of Vedanta. What? Vichar. Vivek. Very important. That's why I say one of the qualities required in the sadhana is Vivek. But what type of a Vivek is required? Here also he is doing distinction, na? Shankaracharya ji did distinction or not? Hato, he said that. No? And Vedanta also says you must do Vivek. Vivek means what? Distinction. And one we say is not right, and one we say is right. What is the meaning of that? What is this distinction which is right distinction? What is the distinction which is not right distinction? You think. विवेक शक्ति तो एक ही है ना. तो एक कहते हैं कि ये हटो हटो बोला, that's not right. And then now you are saying this Vivek is important. Vivek you have to do. How many times you and I are made to do Vivek in Vedanta classes? Yes or no? That is right. If you make us do it, is right. But if we say this is like that, then that is wrong. Why is it so? What Vivek is right, Vivek? What Vivek is not right, Vivek? You think. See, all the things that I am making you think, now please write it down, otherwise you won't. All the points where I say, no, now you think, so write it down, otherwise you will forget it, you will not remember it. The minute you go outside the room, the cat is waiting outside. I'm not joking. The cat is waiting right outside. So all the things when I tell you, no, do Vivek, think, you think. So many things I said, no, in between. You think. I'm not giving you an answer. You think. Please write it down. Let's think for a few minutes now. Whatever you want to think, whichever point you want to think on. One is, I said, na, about what? What all types of distinctions we make based on the body, which we already have, our prejudices or whatever you want to call them. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्.